Many of you guys know that we've been renovating our home and making slow but steady progress. Everything's been going really well. But we just had the worst tiling experience of our life. So here's the story of tiling our bathroom. Ashley is getting ready for our next big job, and that is tiling our bathroom floor. This is another one of those jump around unexpected jobs, but we're ready for it, so we're gonna do it. I'm gonna bring you in and show you the bathroom in a moment. We have a pretty small master bath, and so it's not gonna be a large room to tile, but there are some obstacles. This is a sample of the tile we are using in our master bath on the floor, and this is a tile that Ashley just loves this. We both like it. But it's a light green, and as you can see, it's many small tiles, and we've never laid small tile before, always pretty large. And so this is going to be kind of a learning experience for me, because I'm not sure how hard it's going to be to embed all these tiny tiles. They do come on mats. This is a partial one that I cut. Yeah, that'll be an interesting experience for sure. Now what we've been doing is preparing for this yesterday by laying out all the tile in the bathroom, figuring out how it was going to fit and what was going to be needing to be cut. Usually we just go into the jobs, take it as it comes. If something needs cutting, we cut it then. This time we decided to really plan ahead and do the full layout because of the unique shape of our bathroom and the uniqueness of the tile shapes, and we knew this is going to slow us down a lot. And I didn't want to start with a big batch of mortar and spend an hour trying to cut and fit tiny tiles and have that mortar get set up on me. So that's the backstory, that's the tile. Let's go inside and take a look at the bathroom. So here is the bathroom that comes off the master bedroom, and it basically consists of a walk-in shower stall. We're gonna have a toilet and a sink. And as you can see, we laid out all the tile as it should look when it's finished. I started cutting these. I still have to cut all those, and I need to fill in this spot along the front of the shower. Again, wall toilet, wall sink, just a pretty basic, simple bathroom. Now, previously, we tiled this floor in the entryway. Came out beautiful. We're really happy with that. And we did it before installing our walls. Made our job a lot easier. Similarly to the entryway where we didn't want to cut tile, and we avoided that by installing it before the walls were in, we can do the same thing in here. We're going to be installing a tongue and groove board wall, and it's going to be 3/4 inches thick. And then we're going to be putting trim on, baseboard, another 3/4. So it's 1.5 inches of filler basically on our walls. So I took this 2x4, which is the same thickness, 1.5 inches, and check this out. Our walls and trim will easily cover all of those gaps. There will be an expansion gap between the wall, don't worry about that. It looks like it's really close, but there is a gap. If I install this floor now, we don't have to cut all of those tiles. And we can just cover it up with the trim. Alright, I think we are ready. So we've tiled a few times. We're not pros, but we're not bad. We can get it done. This job was pretty normal, except for we were using a different type of tile that we're not used to. A small decorative tile that was in sheets, and we didn't think it was going to be too complicated, and we don't mind trying new things. So we said, let's give it a shot. We loved how it looked, and we went with it. Alright, Ashley got the bathroom cleared out. We're ready to start. Before I start, there's one more note I want to make, and that's why our floor is pink. This is a pretty new product, fairly new, and it's actually a hardy board. So it's like the cement backer board that you'd normally see used under tiles. But this one is waterproofed. Normal cement board, hardy backer board, isn't waterproof, it's water resistant, meaning it will absorb water, but it won't fall apart. We wanted our floor to be waterproof so that the water could never make it to the subfloor, so we decided to buy this upgraded waterproof backer board. We're going to try it out. The reason we didn't do Ditra in here, like we would normally do, is because our tiles are too small. Ditra is basically made for tiles that are larger than 2 by 2 inches. Our tiles are very small, they have fine details, and they wouldn't be well supported by the Ditra, and they'd be prone to breaking and popping. So that's why we're not using the typical orange Ditra that we like to use. If you're going to be tiling on a floor with backer board, 1/4 inch is the recommended. So it's just a very thin board. It's not there for strength. A lot of people think it is. The backer board is there to have a suitable substrate for tiles to adhere to. Tiles and wood don't like to go together because the wood moves differently than the tiles move. Backer board is very similar to tile, so the tile stays hooked to that very well. So that's all it's for. 1/4 inch is the norm for floors. This is 7/16 because it's the only size the waterproof board comes in. It's a little thicker than I'd like. Means our floor is going to be a little heavy in here, a little thick. But it should be fine. We'll just transition in from the bedroom, and if it's a little higher, it's not a big deal. I think that covers everything. I'm going to get working and get this floor done. First thing we're going to do is dampen this floor with a sponge as we go. That's supposed to make the mortar stick better and not dry out as quick. And then start laying our tile. So the tile was installed. Everything went okay. I wasn't happy though because some of the tiles were misaligned. We had some pretty bad ones too. I don't know what happened. It was just, we got to a part of the room where the mortar was setting up very quickly. I didn't have much time to work the tiles, and they just started not lining up as well as they should have. So we did our best to work with them, and it is what it is. We got them in. Now I wasn't thrilled with the outcome of that tile job, but I wasn't disappointed. You know, I don't seek perfection, so it's fine. I let it go. The real disaster started when we got to the grout. Now grout should be the easy part. You mix it up, you smear it in the cracks, and you wipe it off. It's so simple. I've never had a problem grouting. The tile is done, and we let it sit overnight, so it's pretty dry right now. Probably hasn't been a full 24 hours, but it's probably ready for grout.
So we're doing the same type of grout that we did in the entryway. This brand, this style. It's a all-in-one grout replacement. And this is the color. It's called Cocoa.
Why is I doing that?
That's grout to fill in the cracks.
We used a newer product. It's a grout replacement, and it's supposed to be fast drying and more durable than a standard grout. You don't need to seal it. It's already waterproof, stain-proof, and it's a nice replacement for sanded or unsanded grouts. So we said, let's give it a shot, and we did. We used it in our entryway with no real problems. It all went fine. Well, the bathroom was a totally different story. We mixed it up the same, we measured out the water carefully, everything was normal. I started putting it on the bathroom floor, everything was going fine.
Are you trying to work hard?
Yeah. Oh, this stuff dries up fast. Look at this. It's crumbling.
That's crazy. Isn't it?
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
I better get moving.
Well, you're almost done, so...
But still, that's like...
That's crazy. Ooh, really smush it in there quick. Everywhere.
I don't understand why the bucket, it feels like it's like... It just feels like crumbles.
Well,
like,
you better wet it again.
I don't understand this. Let me mush it. The whole grout bucket starts setting up. It was like a rapid flash cure. I've never seen anything like that. And the only thing we did different on this room is we mixed up 2 bags of grout instead of 1. But everything was perfect. So it just starts flash curing. And I mean fast. You're supposed to be able to put this grout on the floor, do the floor, and then you're supposed to wait 15 to 30 minutes and then come back and start sponging it once it starts firming up. This thing was rock solid under 10 minutes. I couldn't even get it on the floor. I mean, within moments, just maybe 5 minutes in, within moments, the whole bucket was turning solid, and I just got it on the floor as quick as I could, and I said, we gotta finish. This is our only grout. I didn't know what was happening, and I filled the cracks, and at that point, it was already so dry that the bucket was rock hard, and we couldn't even clean the bucket, and so we didn't even wait the 15 minutes. We immediately started sponging. Immediately, because we just knew we have to get this off the floor or it's going to be a disaster. boy did it turn into a disaster. It was just flash cured. The whole floor was just hard, dead hard. And we were scrubbing and scrubbing, and keep in mind, the grout is messy, it's lumpy, it's uneven, it's higher than the tile, it's a mess. You know, because all I did was wipe it on with the grout float, and that's it. Flash cure, like under 10 minutes, and it was rock hard, and I could not clean it. We were scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing, sweating, because it's warm in there and we're working so hard, and both of us are scrubbing the floor, Ashley and I. We got scrubby sponges, like dish sponges with the scrubber on the back, and I'm just scrubbing at those grout lines. Keep in mind, these were freshly placed. Anybody who's done tile knows that you could wait 20 minutes and come back and it's still a little soft. These were like, as soon as I dropped it, we're scrubbing them as hard as we can, and it's like a rock. So we spent so long on that floor, on our hands and knees, scrubbing until the sponge disintegrated. There was nothing left of it. We wore the scrubbies right off of it, and we wore it right down through holes into the sponge. And just scrubbing and scrubbing. I mean, this whole thing, my hands are dry, I have blisters on my fingers, and we're just... The grout, I don't know what happened. It was a mess. For some reason that we cannot figure out, the grout flash cured within moments. I mean, it just went like that. The bucket got hot. You could feel heat coming out of the bucket, and it was hard. So bizarre. Never seen anything like that before. After scrubbing the floor for well over an hour, I have no idea how long we were in there, but I was exhausted. I was mentally exhausted, physically exhausted. I just couldn't scrub anymore. Just that constant working at the floor, working my hands through the sponge. And I don't know. I can't even look at it right now. I walked away from it. I got to the point where I couldn't do it anymore. I did the best I could, and I walked away. And I'll tell you, I'm disappointed because I worked so hard to do it as good as I could. And then something out of my control that was unexpected blew up the whole thing, you know? So, how does it look? It probably will look okay from a distance. It is not a job that I'm proud of. It is not a grout job that's going to be smooth and even and, you know, at the right height, just below the tile surface. It's lumpy, it's bumpy. I was lucky to even get the grout off the tiles. I mean, I had to really scrub just to uncover the surface of them. It was a mess. I'm hoping I didn't damage the shiny, glossy tiles by scrubbing so much. That has to be seen yet. I have to polish and buff the tiles to get the haze off. In my quick glimpse at it after I was done, the one thing I noticed is that the grout is not drying as dark as it's supposed to. It looks very light, and I don't like the color. It's supposed to be a chocolatey cocoa brown. It's cocoa, it's dark. And this has that white haze, and it's like efflorescence. But that grout bag, it literally says no efflorescence. It's supposed to not do that hazy look. It's not supposed to lighten. So I don't know what happened. I have no idea. But I'm disappointed in it. And I'm not even going to show it right now. I'm going to wait because I can't even face it. This is one of those jobs where you just have to walk away from. You have to walk away and take a breather and say, whew, okay, recoup. I'll start working on some other things. We'll deal with that later. What a mess. What a mess. I mean, imagine a floor where your grout lines that you just pushed in flash cure before you can even sponge smooth them, because you have to smooth them out. It was like a panic, because if that settled that way, the type of tile that is, with all the intricate design, we would have had to basically accept a horrible floor or smash it out and start over with new tiles. That's the options. There's no fixing grout like that. So anyway, that's where we're at. The most horrible, stressful, tedious flooring job that we've done, and the shape of the tiles made it a lot more difficult because we didn't have straight lines. We had a lot of decorative angles to deal with. And I don't think I would do tiles like that again, and I would definitely not do multiple batches of grout again. I would only mix one bag at a time. I don't know if that's what caused it, but something just, whoosh, it just happened so fast. Life will move on. We'll make the rest of the bathroom beautiful, draw your eyes up, and maybe we'll just ignore the floor and it'll be fine. The biggest concern I have right now isn't the ugliness of the grout, it's the color of the grout. Like I said, it's hazy. It's very pale. It's supposed to be cocoa. And if I can't get it dark, I'm going to be really disappointed because that's, you know, the look we were going for was dark. So it all has yet to be seen. We're going to take it as it comes, but that's all that's all we have for now. I mean, some jobs don't work out the way we want them to. It's okay. We're fine. But we just wanted to share the experience with you. What a crazy, crazy experience that was. I'm glad we don't have a lot of tile to do in this house. The kitchen is going to be a wood floor, and we'll keep it simple. I think that's all we have for now. We got another floor tiled. Anyway, that's all we have. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.